And we are live. Good evening, everyone. I could already tell from the title, there's going to be some of you who are going to call me a coon, an agent, a self-hating black man, that I am a traitor to the black race. And to be quite frankly with you, I don't care. Recently, Grant Cardone made some remarks about the fact that most black people under the age of 40, half of them recognize him when he goes out because he uses slang and urban marketing and language to attract them. And he goes on certain podcasts and platforms. And, what I find funny is that it's absolutely true. I have been saying this for a very long time, that not all black people, but a large percentage of black people will only take you serious and will only buy from you if you are masking what you're selling as it's for the culture, if it's some type of conspiracy theory behind it, or if it's some type of a rap video or hip hop concert, then they'll want to buy it from you. But if you just lead with information or your product or your service and you don't have a gimmick, most of them will not take you serious. Now, what's even funnier is you have those from the business community that are black, right? Whether they're entrepreneurs, internet marketers, podcasters, YouTubers who are affiliated with Grant in some way, now trying to distance themselves and somehow trying to make it seem as if what Grant Cardone is doing isn't what they're doing. And the only reason why they are even speaking out against it is they can't believe that the Negro believes the white man's ice is colder. When I was a kid, my grandfather used to always say that to me, and I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. And I never understood what the term, what the saying meant about the white man's ice is always colder. See, Grant Cardone is effectively doing what all of your favorite influencers are doing. He goes out and gets Floyd Mayweather to speak at a conference. Wow. Didn't the biggest podcasts go and do that? Didn't Mr. Him 500 go and do the same thing? He uses his jet to, lure you in. He uses his nice Rolls Royce. Isn't that what your favorite black influencer does with their nice cars, with their nice jewelry? Don't they try to lure you in with the same things? See, the difference is when you are selling to the Negro doesn't really care about the product or service that you're offering. They care about the status and the clout that they can get from it. And see, this goes back to the documentary Selling to the Negro. Because see, you as a black person, and it's important that you understand this and know this, you could be selling the same product and service as your white counterpart. Your product could even be cheaper. It could even be better. The white counterpart's product or service could be 4 times higher. They can give the Negro horrible customer service, not even treat them well. And the Negro will buy from them every time over you. You know why? Because they're seeking status and validation and clout. They can care less about the information. And this is effectively what Grant Cardone is exposing, something that I've been saying for a very long time. So now, when you have all of these people coming out and they're saying, oh my God, Grant Cardone is a culture vulture. Here's what they're really saying. Grant Cardone is preying on black culture, and he's using black culture for his own financial gain, as if it's okay for a black person to do the same thing. Because most of these people who are complaining about Grant Cardone offer worse products and services than Grant Cardone. Effectively, what they're saying is that you should be buying from me, not because I have a equal product or service, but because I'm black. See, basically, and it's amazing to me, like when you deal with nigga logic, right? Because see, there's a difference between black people and niggas. Nigga logic will tell you that it is okay if a black man or woman takes advantage of another black person because they are of the culture. So you can't be a culture vulture if you're black. So although last week you were selling gold water and you were astro projecting, and then the next week you were trying to talk about reparations, and then the following week you were launching a stock exchange, and then the next week you were selling a bandana, and then the following week you are an NFT expert, and then the next week you are an artificial intelligence expert having high-level conversations, you understand me? It's okay to do that to your people. Well, because you're black, right? If I'm black, I can sell you any fucking thing. It doesn't matter if the product works because I'm black, right? See, that's nigga logic, right? But if a white person does it, oh my God, it's the end of the world. See, what we're learning in real time is that the white man's ice is always colder, which is why Grant Cardone is going to have more success than the Hotep, the Back to Africa, the Red, Black, and Green, the Doing It for the Culture. And that's why they're mad. They're mad that Grant Cardone is having more success and he had the balls to say it out publicly. Now, what I find funny, even funnier, because most of this is a joke to me, is if you noticed, most of the financial revolutionaries, the Doing It for the Cultures, the Back to Africas, the B1s, they all find themselves on similar platforms, right? Now, again, I'm a coon, I'm an agent, I'm a self-hating black man. What do I know, right? But there's a platform by the name of Vlad TV, right? And Grant Cardone, he frequents Vlad TV. How many of your favorite Back to Africa, Red, Black, and Green, B1 Hotep Avengers, right, Doing It for the Culture, high-level conversation having brothers and sisters have actually been on this platform? Now, right, one that comes to mind, Jay Morrison. Another one that comes to mind, Brother Polite. Another one that comes to mind, Boyce Watkins. Another one that comes to mind, Tariq Nasheed. See, it's a reason why Grant Cardone knew to go to that platform. See, many of you are sitting here trying to make this more complicated than what it is. Grant Cardone sees how black people exploit black people, so he ran the play to exploit black people. That's the reality, right? See, the white man looked at it and said, wow, I see a lot of the hustlers from the black community, right, go on this platform. And they go on this platform and they have a certain type of swag when they go on this platform. Now, if you don't believe me, right, because you know what, we got Brother Jay on Vlad, right? He went on there, he dropped that real estate game. Okay, right? Who else did we have on Vlad? Oh, wow, we got Boyce Watkins. He's for the culture, right? He's really trying to help black people out. He's trying to liberate you. Let's see. Who's another one that was on here? I don't know. Oh, we got Brother Polite. That's another one that was on this platform. See, what Grant Cardone saw and witnessed is, again, your own people take advantage of you, right? So how dare you come out here now and all of a sudden you're going to call Grant Cardone a culture vulture when you're a culture vulture in your own people? Because see, when you're running a bunch of gimmicks and schemes to get people to buy things, right, that you know at the end of the day really aren't going to benefit them, you're scheming your people. You're even worse. But see, let Dame Dash tell her you can't be a culture vulture if you have the culture. Even if you're selling bullshit products and services, you just can't be. Don't fly over here with me. Now, the real conversation that we need to be having is, why is it that this type of marketing and these type of tactics works so well on young urban black males? See, that's the real question and the real conversation that we need to be having. Not talking about who is and who isn't a culture vulture. Why does everything have to be masked around black culture, doing it for the culture, conspiracy theories, right? Who killed Tupac? Was Nipsey Hussle set up? Was it a government cover-up? If you truly are seeking liberation, you should be seeking information. But see, that's the problem. Many of you don't engage yourself in looking for information, right? You're looking for escapism. And see, these people understand that, which is why they can come and sell you a bunch of bullshit. That's the real conversation that we're going to have today. Because as I said before, your favorite black influencer, internet marketer, entrepreneur does the same thing that Vlad does. And in most cases are selling you a worse product or service. And it's frustrating for people like myself who are really trying to engage in teaching, who are really trying to give you some real skill sets that you can actually use in the real world. No, you don't want that. You want to learn how to commit bank fraud, right? See, if I come to you and I say, I got a play for you, I'm going to teach you a play. I'm going to teach you how to go to Navy Federal and get a loan and then take that loan and then go do something else with the loan. Oh, and then go buy a bunch of Airbnbs and put a bunch of cars on Turo and rack up a bunch of debt. And then boom, the bottom of the economy falls out. And now you're stuck holding the bag for $80,000, $200,000, $300,000 worth of credit card debt and a bunch of cars on Turo that no one's renting. But see, if I come to you with some bullshit like that, you'll go, yeah, man, that's the most dangerous man in the culture. You have to ask yourself, why is it the things that Grant Cardone said, why does that type of marketing attract you? Why doesn't the information, the knowledge, and bettering yourself and equipping yourself with the skills to thrive in the fourth industrial revolution, why does that not get your attention? Why does your current living conditions and your family's living conditions not get your attention to want to be better? Why does it have to always be mask and bullshit to get your attention? That's the question that we're going to have. So now, I know a lot of you are not going to like what I have to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Now, before we get into the video and before we play the audio of Grant Cardone, we have to take care of some housekeeping. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe, and make sure that you hit the notification bell. YouTube does not like to send out my notifications because I'm not doing it for the culture, baby. So if you are not receiving my notifications, here's what I need you to do. There is a telephone number below in the description. I need you to text the word YouTube to that number so that when I go live, I will be able to text you directly and let you know, hey, I'm going live. Also, a link to follow me on Instagram is in the description below. Please do not go and try to search me on Instagram. Why? Because there's over 50,000 fake pages of me. Use the link in the description that takes you directly to my Instagram page. I upload frequently there to my stories if you kind of want to follow me on more of a personal tip. Now, when you follow me, most likely a fake page is going to DM you and say, hey, how is trading going? Or how is investing going? I will never DM you first. I don't have a WhatsApp group or anything of that nature. If you are interested in investing with me, and we have a ton of different investment opportunities, you are going to text that same number and text the word invest to that number. And then I will follow up and I'll send you the different investment opportunities that we have. Also, we have a new YouTube channel, My Tech Academy. Let me post it here in the chat for you guys, where we cover all of the crypto technical stuff. So how you can provide liquidity, how you can remove liquidity. My partners from My Tech Academy, Bruce, as well as Chuck, create content over here. I myself will be uploading content over here. So if you're looking for more technical information, real information, information that you can actually apply, not high-level conversations where you can astro project with Billy Carson, but real information that you can apply and do something with, go over and follow My Tech Academy's YouTube channel, and we teach you over there for free. Now, I also do have a course. We have multiple courses inside of My Tech Academy, and right now we have a free 3-day trial. You can definitely come test it out and see what we have to offer. We have a ton of new stuff coming. Course on artificial intelligence, a trading course. I showed you guys yesterday some of the results that I've been generating with this new system that I've been using, as well as a course on IT. If you've noticed, I'm heavily focused on tangible skills that you can actually use and go and do something with. Not a bunch of hotepery back to Africa-y and foolishness, but real things that you can actually take, go and use and apply. With that being said, a link is in the description to go test out My Tech Academy. We also do have a lifetime membership sale coming up, so make sure you're paying attention to that. With that being said, if you can see me and hear me clearly, type 1 in the chat and we can now get started. There we go. The ones are coming through. So this is the audio that surfaced recently with Grant Cardone. I want to play the audio. And then I want to play another audio that Grant Cardone made where he said, does he have permission to say the N-word? So let's get to it.
About half my audience is black under the age of 40. How did a white guy attract an audience? Like if I'm out in public and I see a 55-year-old white man or a 25-year-old black kid, the black kid knows who I am. There's like there's a 10 times better chance, 10x, that the black kid knows me. Now the reason is because we go after that audience and we're talking to them in very street terms, if you will, very not big nomenclature, vocabularies, you know. We just keep everything very tight and simple. So for us, about half my audience is black under the age of 40. How did a white guy attract an audience? Like if I'm out in public and I see a 55-year-old white man or a 25-year-old black kid, the black kid knows who I am. There's like there's a 10 times.
There's absolutely nothing racist about that. What you have to ask yourself, like I said to you before, why is it as black men and black women do street urban language attract you? Why is it that standing next to rappers and entertainers, why do you have to lead with that in order for you to want to be able to buy something from someone, right? Because as I said before, your favorite black influencers, YouTubers, podcasters, they do the same exact thing that Grant Cardone is doing. Like I said before, let's go here again. Because one thing about me, I love to bring the facts. Grant Cardone went on Vlad TV. He goes there. Why? Because he understands the audience there is predominantly what color, what ethnicity, what demographic. Because I know black is just the color, and you got to understand the 12 tribes of Judah, my brother, and you got to understand the pale beast and all of this fucking foolishness that they're talking. Here's the reality. Vlad TV caters to mainly urban young black males. And Grant Cardone realizes that people like Brother Polite, Tariq Nasheed, Jay Morrison, and all of the other ones, they go there and they understand that they pimp on black people, right? That's the reality, right? So Grant Cardone realizes I can pimp better than they can. I can hustle better than they can, right? Because your favorite Boyce Watkins, right? Mr. Oh, you know, I just want to see everyone. I just want to see everyone do well. Guess what? He's on Vlad TV too. Mr. Pan-African, Mr. Alpha Male, Mr. Strong Alpha Male. Guess what platform he goes on? Guess, right? Mr. Umar Johnson. Make sure I spell his name right. I got this new keyboard, right? Wow. Why is it that everyone's a culture vulture, right? But yet, because I understand I'm a coon, I'm an agent, I'm a self-hating black man. I hate myself. I don't love myself, right? But Umar, Boyce, right? You know, Polite, they speak multiple languages. They can astro project. They understand all of this ancient history from Kemet, right? They understand all of this knowledge and wisdom. But yet, they're not smart enough not to go on a quote-unquote culture vultures platform like Vlad TV. Right? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, right? Now, Kayla said, yes, you are. I will probably be a coon, an agent, than ever align myself with pure fuckery and foolishness like what you follow. I would see, Kevin Samuels said this, and rest in peace to the late, great Kevin Samuels. We as black people have to take back our image. And it is very important that you understand you have to create a divide between fuckery and foolishness and pure hypocrisy and reality. Effectively, what these black influencers are saying is that I should be the one to defraud you. I should be the one to scheme you. I should be the one to prey on you, and not Vlad. And not people like Vlad and Grant Cardone. Because hear me out, right? See, one thing about me, I don't play games. I don't play games. I come here to show you the truth, right? Boom. This right here is Grant Cardone at his 10X conference. Who's speaking here? It's Floyd Mayweather, one of the top boxers, right? Now, Hotep logic, back to Africa logic, right? Doing it for the culture logic, rebuilding Black Wall Street logic. They go, he's using a black entertainer to gain clout with the community. Wow. Because I come here and boom, Mr. Financial Strategist himself has Floyd Mayweather there. Wow. See? It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it though, right? See, it goes to show you hypocrisy at its highest level. See, they're only mad because Grant Cardone is having more success at it, right? Because, like I said before, here we are, Grant Cardone, I can't believe he's using black people to sell his 10X conference. Wow. And the same guy's at Recession Proof. See, let me tell you something, and I'm glad someone just said that. Birds of a feather flock together. It's a reason why you see all of these people on Vlad TV. It's a reason why you see most of these people go to the Breakfast Club. Because understand, it is a play that has worked on black people for literally hundreds of years. To act as if you are anti-something, but you're mixing in the same circles as the other person. So are you truly liberating yourself? Are you truly for the culture? Are you truly for trying to really help black people out? Because, I mean, you know, you come here, biggest podcast in the world. Wow, another celebrity. Wow, isn't there a theme here, right? Because Grant Cardone uses celebrities, right? And he uses our culture. But then people use the culture. And then you go down here, right? And I'm not knocking them, right? It's this the hustle. Ain't got no problem with nobody. But wow, there's affiliate links. Wow. Wow. I mean, that's really different than Grant Cardone. I mean, oh my God, that's so different than Grant Cardone. So you're using celebrities to gain attention, to gain notoriety, to then send them to an affiliate link to buy something. Woo, oh my God, right? They're so much different, right? Because like I said before, in their eyes and in their mind, right? A culture vulture is a person who's from outside of the culture, right? Because this is nigga logic. Remember, there's a difference between black people and niggas. In a nigga's mind, it is okay to take advantage of black people and sell them garbage products or inferior products because you're black. If you are black, you can get over on your people all day long. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, follow me here, right? Follow me here. Because I think that this is important, right? Now, this is a person who has high-level conversations. Not knocking him, right? Not knocking the brother. The brother has a great silver tongue and a gift of gab, right? And he's going to let you know, do you understand me, right? Because see, this right here is for the culture. He's going to tell you how he's going to educate the masses for the culture. And see, you don't see nothing wrong with this. It's okay for a brother to do this because, you know, he trying to do something. He trying to help the people out.
Things like magical institutions that's going to put us into a fairy tale ending. And that ain't the reality. Yeah. You understand me? So the miseducation system, you understand me, is the issue. But that's what created our job security. You understand me? Like,
yeah, I believe I know what you are saying.
Like, how could you teach anything? How could we teach most of the things that we teach if it wasn't taught? You understand me?
I know what you're saying.
We got to first find a problem, solve that problem, and that creates a business for us. You understand me?
Yes, I know what you were saying. You don't have to keep asking.
Look at these things like magical institutions that's gonna put us into a fairy tale ending, and that ain't the reality. You understand me? So the miseducation system, you understand me, is the issue. But that's what created our job security. You understand me? Like,
Yeah, I believe I know what you are saying.
how could you teach anything? How could we teach most of the things that we teach if it wasn't taught? You understand me?
I know what you're saying.
We got to first find a problem, solve that problem, and that creates a business for us. You understand me?
Yes, I know what you were saying. You don't have to keep...
And understand here, guys, I make this very clear. I'm not making these videos to hate on anyone. I'm making these videos to call out foolishness and hypocrisy. See, the only reason why these black influencers, marketers, and entrepreneurs are so up in arms is because they understand that all of the rhetoric that they spewed about doing it for the culture and liberating our people, right? It would make them look bad to continue to stand next to Grant Cardone, right? Because of the rhetoric that they spewed themselves. But they're no different. They're no different. They use these podcasts and these YouTube channels, right, to go on here to gain credibility with you, to sell you inferior products in the marketplace, to teach you how to commit bank fraud, to teach you. I want you to think about this. You have people who are telling you that it is financially literate to go lie on credit applications, take loans, and go buy a bunch of houses or a bunch of Airbnbs and a bunch of cars on Turo, and not knowing how you're going to pay for them outside of the fact if you have people renting those cars and those homes. And then now the bottom falls out of the economy. And what is your solution now, right? Because the recession's here. How recession proof are you? Right? But that's financial literacy. That's the most dangerous man on the internet. And, you know, while we at it, let's get to the most dangerous man on the internet, right? Because understand, I like to illustrate the things that I'm talking about. So here we got Mr. Him 500 himself. Again, ain't got no problem with him. Get your money. But he says, Him 500 exposes lifestyle marketing, business credit hacks. Isn't this what Grant Cardone was saying he does? He uses slang. He talks to people in an urban, direct way. Well, isn't he talking to people in an urban and direct way? Watch the video. And it's muted. Wow. In the bed. Looks like a nice bed. Versace robe. I even have one of those. Looks like a nice villa. Right? Got to get the details of the cuff. Right? Showing you lifestyle. Right? Wow. Stretching out, yawning, showing you a nice backyard, a nice pool. Lifestyle marketing. Wow. Showing you nice water. Right? Showing the guy. What is that? Who is that targeting? As I said before, these people are only mad because the white man's ice is colder. That's all. They do the same thing Grant Cardone does. They're just mad that Grant Cardone has more success at doing it because he realizes how our own people pimp us, and therefore he's just running the play that's in front of him, right? Now, mind you, I want to take it a little bit further, right? Because, see, this video right here is with Grant Cardone talking to Patrick Bet-David. Now, the funny thing is, I uploaded this video onto my Instagram page about a year ago. And I had people ask me to take it down. That is bad for business. I had people in the Hotep back to Africa doing it for the culture, rebuilding Black Wall Street, ask me to take this video down that I put up where Grant Cardone was asking for permission to say the N-word. So I'll play it for you, and just to kind of show you how fake and phony so many of these people are.
Somebody didn't tell you about, man.
I can use
Mommy,
the N-word.
daddy,
I just got
grandpa.
permission to use the N-word right here. Okay.
Who knows?
That's all I want. That's one of the streets I want.
You want that?
I need
You need to go
a
to
brother
Chancellor.
to tell me that I have permission to use the N-word. I gotta carry it like my permit.
Have somebody validate it for you, man. Have somebody validate it.
I'm gonna have
Put
an
a shirt.
permit card. I'm gonna carry it around with me everywhere I go.
Four collars.
I can use the N-word. Okay, so entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I don't know if you're fully white though, man. I think there's something going on there that somebody didn't tell you about, man.
I can use
Mommy,
the N-word.
daddy,
I just got
grandpa.
permission to use the N-word right here. Okay.
Who knows?
That's all I want. That's one of the strengths I want.
You want that?
I need
You need to go
a
to chance
brother
for it.
to tell me that I have permission to use the N-word. I gotta carry it like my permit.
Have somebody validate it for you, man. Have somebody validate it.
I'm gonna have
Put a
an
shirt.
I want you guys to understand this. I don't think Grant Cardone's a racist at all. I think Grant Cardone is an older white male who lives in a bubble. And therefore, he only sees black people through the urban hip hop lens, which is the problem. We have to stop making it seem like hip hop and urban culture is all that we are. See, that's the problem. And like I said before, you have to ask yourself, why is it that so many of our people who look like us, who come from where we come from, gravitate towards platforms like Vlad TV, World Star Hip Hop? Why is it that we identify so much of who we are with that? Because see, that's the problem. And that's the conversation that we should be having. As I said before, it is extremely frustrating for someone like myself. Like example, when you come to my website, right? Do you see any gold chains? Do you see any Lamborghinis? Am I on a beach? Am I talking to you about 3 simple little steps that's going to make you a millionaire? Right? No, I lead with knowledge. I lead with information. I lead with education. I lead with information that can actually give you some tangible skills. Where even if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, you could go get a goddamn job, right? Committing bank fraud, I promise you, there's no job in the world you can get learning how to commit bank fraud. Right? Really trying to take the time to educate you. But like I said before, I don't get nowhere near the amount of sales that these other people do. Because all I got to do is stand on stage with Floyd Mayweather. That's all I got to do. And your favorite podcasters, and you will buy that shit hand over fist. Because see, again, the Negro is seeking validation. The Negro is seeking clout. Many of you go to these conferences and ain't shit there that they teaching you that you can't find for free on the internet. But you're not going there for the knowledge. You're not going there for the information. You're not going there for the networking. Many of you are going there to take a picture and say, I was in the building with Wallow and Gilly, man. I was in the building. Meek Mills performed. I was in the building. You are the problem. Grant Cardone's not the problem. Grant Cardone is running a play that you allow people to run on you all the time, which is why we are here. As I said earlier, right? These influencers, these black influencers who are trying to call Grant out or call him a culture vulture, they're only mad because the white man's ice is colder. And they can't believe that the Negro will rather run and go buy from the white man. And that the white man can come out and say, yeah, I'm doing the same thing y'all do. He's just doing it a little bit better. And that's the problem. Again, right now, we are going through the 4th industrial revolution. Let me tell you something. This is important. If you are watching this video right now, we are going through the great reset. Everything you can think of is going digital. You do not have time to be sitting around and playing games. You need to be focusing on acquiring real skills, tangible skills that you can use in the real world. Whether it's learning how to program, whether it's IT skills, whether it's learning how to trade, whether it's learning how to market, whether it's learning how to Photoshop, edit videos, edit content, create content, you need to be learning skills in the digital world. Running Navy Federal plays is not going to save you. I can promise you that. Getting a bunch of credit card debt for Airbnbs and Toros is not going to help you out. Going out here and getting a bunch of vending machine businesses, yeah, may put a little bit of money in your pocket. You need some tangible skills right now. That's what you need. Now, listen, I get it. I watch Vlad from time to time. I may watch Say Cheese from time to time, but a bulk of my day is focused on income producing activities. And you need to start asking yourself, what does your day consist of? Does your day consist of listening to a bunch of nigga babble and psycho babble? A motherfucker telling you, you understand me? You understand me? You feel me? You understand me? Right? Or are you looking for qualified people who know what they're talking about, who can get you the results that you're looking for? Again, the choice is yours. Stop looking for easy ways. There are none. Things are going to get much more difficult. That's the reality. Grant Cardone is doing nothing that your favorite black influencer isn't doing. But because you've been conditioned with this idea of a culture vulture, that somehow because someone looks like you, they can't be a predator on you, is bullshit. Your biggest enemy is going to be a person who looks just like you. The perfect person to portray your trust is a person you trusted in the first place. All of these black men who claim to be so smart and so intelligent sure do keep finding themselves around a bunch of culture vultures. They know everything about politics. They can cure AIDS. They can astral project, right? They can dissect the mind, but then they don't know how to avoid a culture vulture. Maybe it's because they're culture vultures themselves. Birds of a feather flock together. Now, let me take a few questions and see what's going on over here. I saw a few donations come through. Thank you. You know I'll get to talking. Thank you, JT. Appreciate it. Marcus J. Godson, appreciate it. Salute. Keep your foot on the gas. You're cooking. Absolutely. You know, these things just frustrate me when I see it. Black on black crime guard. Selling is a top skill, though. It is a top skill. It is 100% a top skill, right? The question is, what are you selling? See, at a certain point, your integrity has to kick in, right? You have to have a heart. You have to be a human. You could be a great salesman, but can you sleep at night knowing that you're selling overpriced garbage? Can you sleep at night knowing that you're selling courses for $5,000 to teach people how to commit fraud? Great. You're a great salesman. You got a high level skill. Great. You're teaching your people how to commit fraud. Doing it for the culture. All right. All right. You understand me? Right? Like, you got to ask yourself these questions, right? Are you selling a bunch of flashcards? Right? Am I selling you am I selling you flashcards with definitions on it that you can go on your goddamn phone and you can type in, what is a stock? What are you really selling? Right? Are you using black trauma, black pain, current events in the culture to sell to black people? I don't know, you know, but I realize, man, you know, I realize more and more every day, like when I just sit back and I analyze these things and I think about it, I realize I must be from an alternate reality, because the things I see, it's so flagrant, it's so in your face, it's so over the top, it's so asinine that people could even go for some of this stuff and even believe in it. And then, like I said before, the hypocrisy to somehow call Grant Cardone out and call him a culture vulture when you're using the same marketing tactics. I see people using Tulsa, Oklahoma and Black Wall Street to sell real estate funds and sell courses. And they're not doing anything in Tulsa, Oklahoma and Black Wall Street. But they're using the ancestors and the trauma and pain that the ancestors went through to sell right? So you're great. You're a great salesman by leveraging your people's trauma and pain. Way to go, baby. We need more of you. Mhm. Thank you. Uh, thank you, J Max. Appreciate it, Uncultured Currency. And that's right. Thank you so much. I used to think that, but these people always been here. I just grew out of them. The master investors charging 10K for a couple of Zoom meetings in a Telegram group. Laugh aloud, but Grant Cardone is the problem. Absolutely. And like, so for example, I've been using Ninja Trader and trading. I have a trading course and things like that coming out, right? And to you got to really just asking yourself again. I can't tell somebody how much to price their course is for, but $10,000. I mean, what are you really getting for $10,000? I don't know. And like I said before, now I could understand if you're saying you just want to deal with a certain clientele. That's one thing, right? Because one thing I did learn is that whenever you price things too low, you attract a lot of the people, the Vlad TV type of people, right? Who are looking for something for nothing, right? So you do have to make sure your courses are priced properly to attract the right audience. That is very, very key. Because again, if you make things too cheap, you get a bunch of people who are tire kickers and they can really bring down the morale of the group. So, but 10K I think is egregious. That's just me personally for a course. Uncultured Currency. I'll take a look at the video. I'll go take a look at the video and see. As a matter of fact, I think you were on Pocket Watching with JT, if I'm not mistaken. Uncultured Currency. I think I saw you on Pocket Watch with JT talking about the actual course. Like I said before, I just think that that's egregious. $10,000. It just is, right? Because think about it, right? If you are trying to learn how to trade, most likely you're going to blow your account the first couple of times. It happens to everyone. It's part of it's like the tuition that you have to pay. So the last thing I would want to do is take a bunch of your money up front for the course. I would rather you have more capital to trade, right? Because see, again, my mind works differently, right? I want you to make money because then I can use you to say, hey, this guy was able to make money, right? The last thing I want to do is take all of your initial capital and charge you a commission for the course. No, I want you to use that capital to trade so that you can make more money, right? So I just think that, again, a lot of the incentives are, they're perverse, right? They're backwards. You should not be trying to charge a crazy amount of money to teach people, because if they pay you all of the money to learn, then what money do they have to trade with, right? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I believe I saw him on there. Mm-mm. 10K should definitely be something that's more premium. But again, when you are in front of that many people, right, you can command that type of price because, again, people perceive, again, the Vlad TV crowd, the hip hop crowd, if they see you standing, next to Floyd Mayweather, if they see you with Steve Harvey, then they automatically associate some type of a status with that, right? Some type of a clout with that. So therefore, they're going to want to buy from you because in their mind, like I said before, because of the hip hop culture, they equate value and status with celebrity, which is the problem. $10K for a 4-minute video on a beach or in front of a whiteboard explaining what interest is. Crazy. Let's read some more of these. Jay Owens, oh my God, I love that comment. It was funny to hear the Breakfast Club talk about him being a culture vulture, like they didn't have Umar, Jay Morrison, and Brother Plight on their show. I mean, right? Like when you think about just how problematic a platform like the Breakfast Club is, that claims to be black media. And this is what I said to you before. We don't have black media. We have black propaganda because they promote certain stereotypes. They would never bring someone like myself on there to really come and talk to you about artificial intelligence, automation, right? To really come up here and talk to you about cryptography and central bank digital currencies, like actual real high level conversations. They don't want to do that. Again, because they're in the ratings business. So it's, I believe that JT said it, it's like it's fast food for content, right? So they're always looking for the fast food content, what's now, what's trending. They're not really looking for educated black men and black women to come on here and really talk about, how you can get into the IT field, how you can really truly work remotely, like picking up skills, certifications. They don't want to talk about that because number one, they themselves, they would get bored with the conversation. The audience would get bored. And that's part of the problem. Most people who look like us are not really interested in real content and real information. They're just not. If I sat here and I was, going to, talking about facial recognition software, and artificial intelligence, and then how you can use your voice and then do voiceovers, and then you can go and get B-roll from artificial intelligence, and how you can use, because these are things that I'm going to be teaching in my Tech Academy, like how you could create a whole YouTube channel and never show your face. Like you can literally talk into your microphone and then you could put it into an algorithm and the algorithm can change your voice. You could go get B-roll. You can then use Chat GPT to create a whole script for you. And then you can literally read the script, have the B-roll in the background, and literally have an entire YouTube channel where you don't show your face. Now, are you going to get rich from that? No. But these are ways that you can leverage artificial intelligence. These are things that I'm going to be teaching. Most people don't give a flying fuck about that. You know what they care more about? If artificial intelligence is going to take over the world, right? And is the Terminator going to be real? They don't really care about learning how to use the technology. And that's part of the problem too, right? You have people who are not interested in important things. Right? Right. And that becomes the biggest problem, right? And that's one of the most, frustrating things about, these conversations. Jay Owens says, would you go on a Breakfast Club if they invited you? Absolutely, because I believe that talking about the fourth industrial revolution, talking about the Great Reset, talking about central bank digital currencies and centralization is extremely important. Talking about automation and artificial intelligence is extremely important. Why? Because if you go back to the presidential debates, Andrew Yang was the only actual presidential candidate that was telling the truth about why we're losing so many jobs. And it had nothing to do with cheap labor and outsourcing. It had a lot to do with the microchip, right? And when you look at companies like AMD and NVIDIA and how they're, producing more and more powerful chips and smaller chips, as I said to you guys before, artificial intelligence is a tool that you can leverage to make you more productive. The problem is that a lot of people don't have skill sets to be more productive. So it's not that artificial intelligence is going to kill jobs. It's going to create a new demand for jobs that most people don't have the skills for. See, that's the problem, is how do you retrain 30% of your workforce who at the end of the day are people who, as people get older, they don't want to learn new skills because they have imposter syndrome. And see, Andrew Yang was the only presidential candidate talking about that's the problem. It's not that artificial intelligence is going to kill the jobs. Yes, a lot of jobs are going to go away, but the new jobs that will come up, most people don't have the technical skills to take advantage of those jobs. And that's the conversations that we should really be having about how do we retrain 30% of the workforce, because that's the key. Because see, like I see people like Graham Stephan and other people trying to talk about Chat GPT is going to get rid of most developers. Bullshit. If you look at Chat GPT, it's really just a bunch of conditional statements at the end of the day. It's not actual real computer logic and computer code. Anyone who's actually built production level applications on a large scale would never say to you that Chat GPT is going to replace developers. You have to know how to code in the first place to tell ChatGPT what to even do. You have to have some basis and understanding of programming and some fundamental, understanding of that. And then the next thing from that is that if you're building a large scale application, how are you going to maintain your code if you're only using ChatGPT? So when I see stuff like that, I know for a fact that those are people who are fishing for clicks, fishing for views, and they don't really understand the technology in the first place. And that becomes the problem, which is why you need people like myself and other people who truly understand the technology at a fundamental level to go and use it. Not a person who's sitting there saying you understand me every 5 seconds, right? Because that doesn't help. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I just want to simply say this, man. These influencers that are somehow trying to call out Grant Cardone, they're just mad because the white man's ice is colder, and that the Negro will rather go buy from the white man because he's seeking validation and status. They use the same tactics that Grant Cardone uses. They're no different. In my opinion, they're worse. Grant Cardone may be a culture vulture in your eyes, but in my eyes, you're worse than a culture vulture because you know better and you're preying on your own people to sell them watered down garbage. And you're even worse because you use black trauma and black pain to sell to your own people. With that being said, guys, please like the video, share the video, subscribe, make sure that you hit the notification bell. If you are not receiving my notifications, there's a telephone number in the description below. Text the word YouTube to that number so that you will be notified via text message when I go live. Also, follow me on Instagram. That's where I upload content much more frequently because it's easier to just use your phone to upload content. A link to follow me on my Instagram page is in the description below. Be mindful that when you follow me, there is a ton of fake pages of me. I would never DM you first, nor will I reach out to you. If you are interested in doing business with me and investing in anything that I have to offer, you are going to text the word invest to the number below. Please follow those instructions. It breaks my heart when I hear you guys tell me I sent $10,000, $15,000 to a fake page of you. If you want to do business with me, you want to invest with me, the telephone number is below. You text the word invest to that number, and then I will send you the corresponding information. Also, right here, you're looking at My Tech Academy. We have a free 3-day trial. We cover all things crypto and modern technology. Simply click the link, start a free trial. It costs you absolutely nothing if you cancel within the first 3 days. Also, I told you guys we have a lifetime membership sale coming up. We have an exciting suite of new courses coming out, trading course, artificial intelligence course, and the IT course. And no, all of the courses are not being taught by me. I have a partner by the name of Chuck. He has over 12 years in the IT field. He currently works in the IT field. He's an entrepreneur in the IT field. And that's one thing about me. You're not ever going to see me trying to be a jack of all trades and a master of everything. No, there are people who are more competent, who are professionals and proficient in particular spaces, and I go and I partner with them or I hire them and allow them to come into the academy and teach. We also have, excuse me, a new YouTube channel where we cover specifically crypto and technology related information. This way now we can kind of split things up where over here we may talk about more current things, but over here we're talking directly about how to use technology for free. So how to go and use Uniswap, how to use Balancer, how to provide liquidity, right? So that you can earn swapping fees. Literally go over here to My Tech Academy's YouTube page and go see the content. And guess what? One of my partners is over here teaching, Bruce, by the name of Zero Cool, inside of My Tech Academy. With that being said, guys, I'm gone. It was a pleasure to come up here and talk. And like I said before, we have a lifetime membership sale getting ready to come out. Have a blessed and beautiful night.